Yeah, the other way I can say Nkontabuo and Happy FM and a Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition that can't talk about yeah the bear a team for yeah more every star Ghana than neither UK aid and a different and a social media Jumedi ni and chief Sedu Ademu so as I can say you talk about so for reforms and yeah the Ghana Football Association and Tina a bit of my football a tumpo yeah my panelist Akwaba ni chief Kwaba.
Yeah, Ohini Binya Bampo.
Mamma, I said so Trinkwan, who said no pa. Me can't give me a chief so that the more for 42.
Yeah. Oh,
it's working. Oh, it's working.
Mumbwana, Yakoji Pa, Mokana, it's Jumano.
One Friday chassis say Moncasa on your from a personal point of view. Area some say you for me a combination Moncasa Mujitum say Bois, a football tumpono. I don't come on a chassis say di for the end torso. Ni wamesha senfi wone personally areas officer recommend a change here everybody ya presidency ya share the electoral college vice president position and they may share mankasa your personal point of view be officer also in areas of good governance in areas of administration I bet my boy football ni yanko.
Okay into na last week na ye ka say some of the changes are here no I was say yes na GFA no your money in that baby I was say order in terms of legal status and you can also say it was say yes na say various leagues no you better baby I say that say a benya independent planning organization ni management said there ebeya niama sabio nanka normalization by nanka eye contractor obi manage to say said there your friend is saying women's cup nisio a contractor issue so you still had to implement it whether there was a GFA or there was no GFA into sana the players will not be complaining so much nefi all this month or munya ejuma enye na benya ye kano assemble or how I was say ye ni pa last na Adamu ka but one fan for her. Sesia yenya 6 new regions into Sesia yenya
6 RFs, 6 additional RFs. Into by extension as a committee no be extended.
If it's to go by that, expand. If it's to go by that, the Congress will also expand. So if there's some reviewer, I think say area had a difficult part because we say you didn't die elections never so for that 31st. If it is 31st, then the statutes and must count into future how it's administrative regions regions who say in Gazette we the administrative works nina until you can put it in and then we team Northern East ultimate team is OT. Unfortunately, those regions, so surprisingly, they are not regions. You can easily say it's a team in the OT region.
But here, Kano, na ye kase na nko bibe ma iska na nka ne nko
ye ko sati because
so
what we can do is that you to team
the instructive ni say OT region now. Also, TRFA. They have to work with Division 2.
They have to work with the DFA first. So the District Football Association.
And the coast football region. This is be a hobby. I
will say by into force. But what I am saying is say the Juma woman say in reviewing the statutes, no, you must put in a place say when those regions become effective. What how it should how are you know okay the GFA statutes no regulations no mo review 2011 no amo di shemu say division 1 leagues number 49 for just one season okay na Great Olympics ne team bi no more da akuma BB wonders omunya asem I remember as a former youth and sports minister no kan no that FNA team resolve until they were forced to play 49 division 1 league and we are one of the weaknesses in terms of governance. We will come there, but they were therefore were forced to play 49 Division 1 league. So in that season, no, Congress, Congress, no, Division 1 teams there 41, but then 49, sorry, but statutes no couching in a sense. Subsequently, about 48. So what I'm saying is, the drafters of the statutes now, must take into consideration the future of Ghana's political
demographics.
Yes, said it is likely that in the next 4, 5, 6 months, Ghana's regions will move to 16. And he said, review the statutes. You must have that hindsight. Say. How do we do when we come there? You don't have to leave it to say solve that problem. You create problems. You have to create that solution today. Until one of the major tax normalization committee how they are going to review the statutes to ensure that the existing Congress people, the existing executive committee and FIFA to a larger extent and CAF will agree, say, okay, in the next 4 months, the government of Ghana, and politically, things may change. If it changes, this is how it should go. And in that case, are we going to have 16 RFAs, or let's have a different approach to how we're going to do? You need to put all these things in. And many do the people then will not take an entrenched position because they have interest. Because they have interest in to say creation of different creation of constituencies. It is usually created, goes to parliament, ratified. How are you in terms of going into the next election? Way before the elections even come. Into the drafters of the statutes, which is the NC, they must have that in place today. Yes, sir. The in future you will a problem in the executive committee, problem in the Congress.
In Congress size.
They are all canon. Me baby and me person me fa if you know from the composition of Congress. Answer na me kumono. Obekaya normalization committee for the various stakeholders initiate no competition on the buyer no. Some person mutia players directly.
Yeah.
Na sabi oyete insem bebre ena me person me chair margin kakra e de fa ho. O hwe statute no article 10. Na o de compare article 24 me me wanwa pa say amount for sabi omuye hu dede efa the fact say normalization committee so person tua players no. O share the membership of GFA now players eka. So how come say the interests of club owners or clubs became so dominant in the conversation, say we're making players feel say they should not be part of the conversation at all? It is an anomaly. Now they bad down a composition of Congress, which the company context now acquire say shareholders and maybe bisa say the composition of GFA now two classes, the clubs and then the
constituent bodies
as linked with football. Now share how Congress composition now, or say the Congress shall be made up of the president and 123 delegates constituted as follows. Mr. Chair say President Nidio or a de facto member of Congress.
In fact, he hasn't voted in Congress, right?
No, he doesn't vote in Congress, yeah.
But or de facto member
of Congress, yeah.
Or a de facto delegate. Internal is even an anomaly.
So no, he's not a de facto. He's not a delegate at all.
But that is what it says.
No, he's not. He's not a delegate. Okay, Tama Prosper Bahana.
Yeah.
He mentioned say at the Congress, the FA will relinquish any interest he has in any club and become, in fact, become the president. So in that case, the delegate from his club must also represent at Congress. It means, ineffectively, while stars for instance, while stars will have 3 delegates, plus that's 2 plus the president. So it means what Article 25 is it 25 talks about composition of Congress. So 24. So while SARS will have 2, excluding
just like any other member.
Yes. Excluding the president. So the president at the Congress is not a delegate. He has no vote. He has no. He's just opposite of the executive committee where he has deciding vote.
Yeah.
But so he has no vote at Congress. He only presides.
But make assembly bowl.
Okay.
Osham, the composition is very clear. It is made up of these people.
Yeah.
And first question I may be saying, the RFAs are not defined as members of Ghana Football Association. Osha the membership now. They are not. There is no. They are not. And Osha so all the RFAs, I stand to be corrected. Most of them are incorporated as associations on their own.
That's how they are supposed to be. Already Article 52. They are supposed to be so, but they haven't, because only like we mentioned, the FA, if it's indeed an authority, the RFAs, which are associations, will report to it. So they must, like you have saying, be incorporated institutions. They must be registered separately. But as we speak, it looks like they are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it looks like they are
members of
a function under the
FA.
It looks like they are branches.
Exactly.
But that's the spirit in establishing the RFAs. They are branches of the FA.
No, but the statute doesn't say so.
Good.
The statute says something contrary. Yes,
so the question I maybe is an essay.
We want them to register as private as individual companies. That means that when they come,
yes,
we understand
where confusion now. Me mention no. Oba o form a company now. Okase oko annual general meeting a congress no. It is the shareholders.
Yeah.
Eneba. The shareholders and delegates. In this context, no, the shareholders are the delegates are all incorporated organizations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the clubs are incorporated.
Okay.
How do you then give votes to now 16 regions by 3 votes? They are not members. They are not incorporated. My point now.
No, but I don't know. In Chima, women say because Division 3, Division 2 coast football are incorporated. Entimi makro so many entimi maninti. There authority show so hono any nipa me some of my representing the interest of those companies are what district and regions ni mo.
What a word now OUC authority na wo hono. But see I was not even clear whether they are the authority there or just a welfare body there.
Oh, they organize leagues and all at that level.
You see, we are talking about reforms, so we need to expose what the pitfalls need be ewono. Na yentumi and clarify na enya pefe. One point na meche no. Inti say if they are delegates representing those divisions now, waka say over 3 now or say 1 delegate from each of the 48 Division 1 clubs. Inti nanka ye pese ye chere say the Division 2 need the akano. And even we have juvenile football clubs almost 2.
Yeah.
So the question of IFAs, you know, it's not very clear. When you are looking at it in the context, into multiply
30 assistants.
See, and there will be more than
48.
That. So
if, 48.
Yes. So if we are looking at it as just branches of the FA now, according to say you form a Congress now, yama judicial committee, you know, a number of votes because they are supposed to be a branch, a division of the body. So we need to be clear in who they are actually representing or whose interest or class of people that must be represented there. Now, when we look at how even the power has been shared, you know, and you look at schools and colleges, 1, tertiary institutions, 1, coaches, 2, referees, 2, women's football clubs, 2. Clearly, that is telling you, say, we are discriminating in favor of the men and the higher leagues, no. It even tells you that we do not have a developmental football in mind because osha juvenile football, osha schools and colleges, osha tertiary ya omuna ya mom 2. The rest goes to them. We need to clearly look at what our focus is and how we share the powers within this structure. So you are dividing and say there are 2 groups, the clubs and then the groups linked to football. No, then we must be very clear in our mind how we make all these groups also be at equal length there. And yes, Anna, we are creating a certain system that doesn't reflect where we want to go to. They be like I say, your friend is saying, German, and they have developmental football. They World Cup no more winning 20. They plan for 10 years. But all these things goes into these things we are talking about. So football, no, accurate to say, we are only focusing on the clubs. All the powers on the clubs. Into club football, everything now goes down. Now, yeah, kade twaso no. Last post baba no kaye, ena. Some of us have been drumming this home all the time. Say referees should not be on their own. They should be a subordinate body of the FA. Yeah, the back company context now. I say Happy FM. You are a company subordinate to Global Media Alliance. Yeah. You are not on your own. Inti yeba and I share a membership of GFA no so it recognizes them as members.
As members.
Yes, it recognizes them as members. Players, so the same thing. So how come say we have created a structure? Referees, you know, we need to correct that anomaly. Now say omoko wafa omoko J them omoko J FIFA badges and yet a rag 4 badges and omoko J a FIFA badges and now the only body recognized in Ghana by FIFA Ghana Football Association. So how do we create something na obi abeje no they are born on na onwa NA is on their own. We need to correct that.
But they said clear that the FA needs to identify, train, develop, and appoint referees. And for some reasons or convention, but it is the original job of the FA to do.
How have you
monitored and answered?
You see, say we have control. Is what we are talking about here. Reporting Happy FM, Global Media Alliance, and obetumi say management or no you be AD or the nipa for Aba or become radio so say Happy FM is under new management. Every time modern plans echo budget ni be approving. How is that done in the FA when it comes to the referees? Are they licensees? Are they contractors? Again, are they a division or a branch of the FA? I was say when last night I can say when we are talking about these things, we are talking about good governance. In Tientumen Kanasa who say, look, let's bring the FA as an authority. Let's have the referees as a division of the Football Association. Say they are Oko NCA. You have a division that is in charge of radio frequencies, engineering. That is how it has to be. And yes, Obiako formina FA no mano as and when they want na. No, those things we need to stop so that the FA will take ultimate responsibility for the conduct of the referees.
Okay, Chief, say that the
well, that's it. And let me taking a different approach, but I think say Nikano, me personally national teams, any the national team committees and the reforms and how in future but a little bit I think say you into details you will realize say the framers of the statutes also took into consideration say the regional football association represents juvenile football and to some extent women football, because we read Article 55, it talks about the constitution and there's the composition of the regional football executive committee, and the regional football executive committee is supposed to comprise of rep from the women football, rep from juvenile football, rep from Division 3, rep from Division 2. So they believe that, like I mentioned, if they are coming in groups, then the regional football association should come representing all these groups and not come to speak as an individual group, which we have not done. And all the discussion over the weeks now, it is clearly pointing to the fact that the GFA going forward, Congress going forward, should have a representative group.
Also
not
representative in nature.
In nature.
Yes. And yes, we are about individual.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. So that the various groups can have their congresses before the FA's main congress, and in those congresses decisions should be taken. Decisions like who to vote for, which how the financial year should go, and we will go into the powers of Congress. You will see one of the areas I might follow short. In every company's AGM, there is review and approval of budget. But and I think it's one of the year also on the count. Budget for the financial year should be brought and should be discussed. How anything the controversy of new here TIF president was becoming, it was a problem, because if it was a ban and they don't hold the allowances for everybody, including those who those who come to sit at committees. You understand? So I think discussion was here now people among for and see why we need to go this way. But quickly, I want to do the national teams committee. It's been of a worry, and a little research across the world doesn't suggest many of the countries have standing committees and ad hoc committees for various national teams. And Ghana, as we speak, there were 9 national teams, from the Black Stars up to the Black Maidens. You get the Black Princess, Black Queens, Black Starlet, Satellites, Meteors, local Black Stars, and the Black Stars Nankasa. So 8 of the national teams. And in the previous administration, all of them had different management committees, and Obia was not less than 7 members. So calculated 7 times 8 in Nkontabuo. You're having as many as 56 people are FNR form as management committee members from one time or the other. But the point is that we did Article 59.3 of the GFA statutes are making it clear on the standing committees of the GFA. But the bill mentions the GFA committee have the right or the powers to form ad hoc committees. But William said surprisingly, the Black Star, the national team manager committees sometimes by standing committees than the standing committees. You most of the time people who are more actively than the standing committees are in. So for us and for me, it feels a burden on the finances of the football association. And so once you talk about good governance, you must also include the financial aspect of it, how to properly manage the finance of the football association. So for us, it feels going forward, there should be what we call in future the GFA and the various stakeholders must cut costs by reducing the number of management committees whose jobs are mainly the same. Under 17, under 20.
And I'm for suggest the competitions manager bar.
Yes.
Competitions need na
yes.
Then you have maybe 2-3 people working under him, taking charge of all competitions.
Okay, so what we have said is that the GFA must create a board and department for the management of national teams and international club tournament to be codenamed National Teams and International Competitions Management Board. This is our suggestion. There should be a department to facilitate and implement the policies of the board. The board must consist of 9 members. So we are saying the mandate of the board shall be 4 years from time of appointment, except that representatives of the premier clubs may be changed every 2 years, provided that the members have their lost their Premier League slots. And it also goes to executive committee. And this one, Mekaipa say, I think 2 or 3 years ago, me threw a petition to the FA. So I'm going to review that statutes now, because there are times because they
responded.
No, they didn't respond to that very one. There are times OBTS school so representing Premier League clubs, banana team were Division 1.
Say be omoto aba no Premier.
And 4 years is even enough for a team to move from Premier to Division 1 to even Division 2. So that 4 years only penalty premier seat so our Congress. And to share CAF school now, or more 2 sessions of elections. In between the years your elective CAF president no, so that areas are ama president no kwa in a few more only football mukrabi no, they can affect that changes. You understand? Until no so static. So 4 years representing Premier League, we will not team or Division 2. So this one I wrote petition to them say on the Senate committee areas of the Premier League and Division 1 no, the election should be every 2 years. That's all that I wrote. Say it should be every 2 years, so that after every 2 years, no, those who have lost their position as Premier League or Division 1 league clubs, no, they can have, because only say Ketokriku, not only so Esco so as a Division 1 league rep, but the team boy fan. This is more Premier, right?
League, yeah.
But what so as Division 1, GF Mensa. Or the show as Division 1, but we should do as well Premier League.
So, about issue said, whose interest
are you protecting? So this we wrote to the FA some time ago. So we are saying that in this one, the people who will be on the board of the national team and international competitions board, no, reps about reps from clubs, reps about on the Premier slots, no, every 2 years. Let's have election for them as long as they lose their Premier League status. So we say the membership of the board must comprise of one, the chairperson, and like I mentioned, the first vice president of the football association. Yaman a special job here, but I hope you are here. The first vice president, now a proposal last week, Yaman Ejumawa, he should be the board chairman and not the board chairperson of the national teams board. Until you don't come as vice president, Uwe. So we have proposed the chairman should be the vice president of the football association. Then there should be a vice president who will be appointed within their membership. Then 8 other members duly nominated by 1 member from the executive committee, 1 member from the Ghana League Clubs Association, 2 members from the Premier League clubs, 2 retired national footballers, provided one of them is a female, because we are coming to talk about national team management and also international competitions. So it is proper to have a retired national footballer. And we are saying that because it is national team and not male national team, one of them should be a female retired national team. 2 members nominated by a minister responsible for youth and sports. Because national team management, you said the finances, the majority comes from the state. Therefore, it is fair and proper have the state have a rep at national teams board management. So we are saying that 2 members are nominated from the minister responsible for youth and sports. Then functions, their functions will be recommending the approval of international competitions by the executive committee of the GFE, organizing international competitions subject to the approval of the executive committee, overseeing Ghanaian football clubs and teams representing Ghana and participating in international competitions, ensuring that each competition do not conflict with other national competitions of the FA. Some will say, you have many problems where national team club airball, league.
Also postpone league, no?
Correct. So the board was work hand in hand with the competitions department, so that they know that there is a proper calendar that will run sacrosanct with the CAF calendar, sacrosanct with the FIFA calendar. Wow. Okay. So yes, so going forward now, my proposal said that national teams and international competitions should have a department, the composition also. So if we have time tomorrow, we can complete it.
All right. How the Madam Samuel so, but you made it one. It be TF4. And then how this year.